Thank you, Michael, and Heidi Jo and Madhu-san. Well, hello. Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to this event. I'm Jane Scullion, and I assume you are the audience. You're the wonderful people of West Yorkshire and the wonderful people of Calderdale, and it's really good that you're here. I'm told there are about 260 people registered for the day, and it's really, really good to actually be in person. This is the first in-person We Are Calderdale since March 2020, and it's a bit of a mystery as to where those 2 years have gone and distorted our sense of time. And as Michael said, this is my first public address as the new leader of Calderdale. I'm 8 days into the job, so be very kind to me, please. I wanted to start my introductory remarks by saying thank you to all the students from Calderdale College and from Trinity Sixth Form Academy. And they helped to put together today's event, and you will hear and see more of them this morning, and that's just great. And also I've been reminded, I think probably every speaker has been reminded, about the traditional mentioning of the Twitter handle, which was on the screens, We Are Calderdale, and use it to share thoughts about the event with people who just can't be here today. So that's sharing. And also you'll be aware of the filming. Okay, well, I promised some words by way of introduction to this event. The theme this year is Vision 2024, 1 year to go, big anticipation. And for those of you who are coming to this event, the We Are Calderdale event for the first time, this has been a whole series of events over the years, I think 4 in person. But rather than going through the whole history of what we did every year, or perhaps I could force you to go home and watch all the videos, like binging on box sets. I just want to say that every year we get together and we take stock. We look back and we also plan for the future. And in 2024, next year that's coming down the line, the council will be 50 years old, 50 years since its creation, and they put together the name of Calderdale for this borough. There isn't one town called Calderdale. It's all of us, it's all of our towns and all of our places. It will see the fruition of our Vision 2024, of which more later. And it will also be our Year of Culture. And you'll see that I'm wearing my Culturedale badge. There will be lots more about the Year of Culture. So we'll be enjoying looking back. We'll be celebrating being here and now. And we'll be taking the opportunity throughout the day just to reflect on those things, but also begin to shape what life looks like in Calderdale after 2024. So thank you in advance for your help on that. But I just wanted to touch on 3 things, first of all, that are either happening now or on the very near horizon. The first, and it is really exciting, so honestly, the first thing I want to talk about is a couple of inspection results. Now, I see people's faces and I see there's a collective groan. Inspection results. It's a fact of modern life, isn't it? That we all have inspections and we all have regulatory bodies who run the rule over us. It's a feature of modern life. But stay with me on this one. It really is important. Ofsted, who inspects schools and places of care for children, have just done an inspection of our child protection and children needs services. And I can't actually give you the result, the formal result. But let me tell you that when the inspectors left the town hall, they had smiles on their faces. Now, those of you who've had any experience of Ofsted know there's not really very many smiles, particularly at the end of inspections. And that's really important to all of us, I think, in Calderdale, but we really care about children. That's one of our reasons for existing as a set of organisations. We care about our children, we care about their safety, we care about their happiness, and we care about them having a really good start in life. And can I also mention the other inspection, and again, I can't mention the results because they're going to be published next week, but the Local Government Association, organisation of councils in the country, has run the rule over the corporate management aspects of the council. How is this council run? Is it a good council? Is it managing its budget? Is it a council where relationships work within the council and with the wider businesses and partners around the place. They also left with smiles on their faces and even said they'd taken some tips away for other councils. And at a time of negativity and difficulty of public service and getting the recognition that it deserves, it's very satisfying to hear the results of those 2 inspections. And I mention those 2 inspections because they're external validation, not to just be smug, but because I think they demonstrate strong foundations for the work and the purpose going forward after 2024. The second thing to say is that we're very clear that we want to grow as a borough. We want to grow and we want to succeed, hence things like the controversial local plan. We do actually want to build housing, decent housing, sustainable housing. We want to create jobs. We really want to create jobs for the young people of the college and Trinity Academy and all other schools. We really want people to see, young people to see that they can stay in Calderdale, that they can work and they can live in Calderdale. And we want to see our towns thrive, but it's not at any cost. Actually has to be inclusive. It's got to be inclusive growth, and that's one of the things we need to think about post-2024, to make sure that we're really aiming for no one left behind. How do we do that? And we're going to be refreshing our inclusive economy strategy this year. And that leads me to the third thing, and that's demonstrating our commitment to equity and to driving out racism. Everybody needs to raise their game on this. I mean, it is ridiculous. We're in the 21st century. And Calderdale's no exception. We need to raise our game. I've been talking to our staff groups, been talking to the GMB and Unison trade unions about how we might raise our game around anti-racism and equity. And we're going to bring to our cabinet, our decision-making body, a pledge to implement a clear and visible race equality programme and a programme of actions to remove racial discrimination in all its forms. That's one of our pledges in terms of going forward 2024 and beyond, and we're doing it together. I also wanted to highlight the role of faith groups in relation to some of this work. We've got a very strong interfaith group, and indeed there's a Women, Faith and Leadership conference at the Minster on the 7th of June, and I urge you to take a look at that. Really, we are going to up our game as Calderdale in relation to these issues. I've highlighted 3 issues, and I want to finish by addressing 3 groups in this room, in this audience. I want to talk to staff, because there are council staff here. Hello, folks. We know you get up in the morning wanting to do the best for Calderdale that you possibly can. We know that. We see you. And we appreciate you. And we want you to bring your whole self, your best self to work. As we go into 2024, talk to us. Talk to us as managers, as politicians, as colleagues. Talk to us about how we can support you to bring your whole self and your best self to work, because that's actually how we're going to drive improvement in Calderdale. And I want to talk to the partners in the room. You know who you are, what fantastic work you do in terms of the voluntary and community sector in particular. You know who you are. It has been a really tough couple of years, tough for all of us, and we absolutely get that. And we want to hear how 2024 and beyond we can actually make that better. We can actually improve the way that we work together, marching alongside each other. And I also want to address in this audience people who represent in different ways businesses. And well, as a council and as a borough, we are so open to business. We're open for business. And let's face it, we've been putting the borough on the map. You'll possibly have heard, because it's been in all the papers, we're currently filming A Gentleman in Moscow at our great town hall, star Ewan McGregor. And we've had Marvel movies at the Peace Hall, clearly Gentleman Jack, Happy Valley, I could go on, filming in the Upper Valley, a programme on UFOs, things like that. You can hardly move without falling over a film crew at the moment. And that has really helped to put us on the map. But actually, we need to turn that newfound fame, that recognition, into a solid legacy for the future, and that's where business can really help. Of course, we need actors and people. I don't know if you remember that Ackley Bridge used to do street casting, and young people walking past actually could get extra parts in the television programme. But also some of them have gone on from that street casting, that recruitment, to actually make their lives as actors, their careers as actors. So we need actors, of course, but we need people with practical skills. We need sound and light folk, we need hospitality businesses, and we need craftspeople who can mock up and build things. We need practical people who can, lash up a Georgian cupboard that can appear on television and be real. We need people who can lash up a model racing car. We need people who can actually do what actually we've been very good at in Calderdale, which is our crafts, our trades, the fact that we graft, the fact that we get on and do things, actually. So the appeal to business is talk to us about some of the ways we can turn some of that glamour of the film industry and the TV industry into real jobs for the future. Talk to us. Well, I hope you enjoy the day. Sit back and enjoy this place, these people, this moment, and I hope you find it useful and constructive. And thank you so much for your contributions.